Yo, what it is, what it do, it's your boy 3D at 3DBNYC on all social media websites. It's an episode of Real Talk. That's the only way to talk, stupid. It's also called In Traffic, podcast, because like you see right here, be in traffic right there. See traffic? Going past. And yeah, today's topic is about the sad passing of Takeoff from the Migos. I woke up this morning, and opened up my phone, and I happened to see on Say Cheese that they say Takeoff had passed away because, of an altercation that happened being in a dice game. The early report said that Quavo got shot. That turned out to be false. And basically, it was a couple different scenarios of what they said that happened, but at the end of the day, it really don't matter how it happened because this young black brother who was successful and, really making an impact in the hip-hop community and other, aspects of life, making an impact, he lost his life. So it doesn't necessarily pertain this to the hip hop community. He was a black brother that was out there working, doing his thing, shining, working hard. And that could have been any one of us. So my thoughts on it is just that you always have to watch the place that you at, the people that you're around, and the thing that you're doing at all times. I've been hearing a lot of talk about the rap industry, talking about being a rapper is the most dangerous job in the world. That's not true. It's a lot of other dangerous jobs. People climb up to towers that's 1,000 feet in the air to change a light bulb. It's a lot more other dangerous jobs in the world. Rap career is only dangerous when you surround yourself around the wrong people or at the wrong place at the wrong time, which can happen to any one of us at any moment. You know what I mean? I was born and raised in Baltimore City, and I don't be into that street shit no more like that. And I can just happen to be seeing one of my family members and, doing whatever, and it can happen to anybody. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear that excuse anymore talking about being a rapper is the most dangerous career in the world. No, it's not. It depends on how you move, the things that you do, the way that you set it up, the way you protect yourself, so forth and so forth. But sadly, Takeoff lost his life. It's another, we call him Takeoff, but at the end of the day, his family and and the people that he loved, they don't know him as Takeoff. They know him by his real name. That's another black brother that was out here working, doing his thing, that was lost to senseless gun violence. And things like that are going on in Houston, New Orleans, Baltimore, Philly, New York, Chicago, Detroit, LA, all around the US. And really, to be honest, all around the world. It can happen anywhere that you at any time. But it's always about put yourself in the best position as possible. If you're there to get a bag, make sure that you got your security game tight. Make sure that everything is walked through, you briefed, and you get the idea of the scenery and the setup and the layout. Yeah, it's a real tragic loss to the hip hop community. But I'm gonna go ahead and play some of the video right here, and so that way we can get an idea what the police report was from Texas. Okay.
We are following more breaking news in Texas, where a member of the popular rap group Migos has been shot and killed.
Police say 28-year-old rapper named Takeoff died in the shooting at a bowling alley early this morning. CBS 2's Zania Maldonado joins us live from the newsroom with the very latest on the investigation. Here's Zania.
Chris and Mary, this is a devastating loss to the hip-hop community. And
definitely a devastating loss to the community of hip-hop. The Migos, Grammy nominated, one of the best rap groups in history, in rap history, right next to Bone Thugs and the Lox. You know what I mean? We love the Lox, we love Bone Thugs, but it's one of the best groups in hip hop. You know what I mean? It's one of the best ones. My phone ringing, but we can go ahead and ignore that real quick. Get back to the video. Definitely one of the top 3 rap groups ever.
Fans of the Grammy-nominated rap trio Migos. Now, Takeoff was found dead after investigators say shots rang out during an after-party overnight. Atlanta-based rapper Takeoff, real name Kirshnik Kari Ball, has died, according to police, after he was shot at a...
Kirshnik, that was his first name. We all know him as Takeoff. His real family knows him by that name. They don't call him, Takeoff. No, they call him Kirshnik. Whatever, however they pronounce his name right there. Hopefully I got it correct. I want to, be respectful as possible as I can in this video, you know what I mean? But, when rappers die, their family members and people they love, they don't call them, by their rap name. They call them by their real names. You know, because they're another person. They're actually another black man that lost his life senseless to gun violence.
Bowling alley in Houston.
We were informed that there was a private party being held at the event last night that ended at approximately 1 a.m., but the party carried over till about 2 a.m.
Yep, they said the party ended at 1, but you know, everything carried over to 2 a.m. I don't know how the laws work down there in Texas, but usually up here, the clubs and shit like that close at 2 o'clock. Only certain spots you can go to that's open after hours, like the Horseshoe, or sometimes they got like late night spots you can go to get like a drink or something like that. But usually all the main spot that's really popular and that's licensed and really can hold a nice capacity of people, they're closed around 2 o'clock minimum. So let's continue on.
Till they were cleared out. That's when the shooting occurred.
Takeoff is a member of acclaimed hip-hop trio Migos, alongside rappers Quavo, his uncle, and Offset, his cousin, also the husband of popular rapper Cardi B.
But see, they mentioned Cardi B. They didn't have to, you know, throw her name in there like that. You know, not to be not in a negative way or anything like that. But they didn't have to put her name in there, you know, and implicate her name into like, you know, him getting killed and, you know, reference who knows who and stuff like that, because they kind of tarnish us her image, you know, and people look at it, oh, Cardi knew her, him, and this and that, and just messy shit. That's messy stuff right there. That was messy.
Police say following a private party, Takeoff was shot at A10 Billiards and Bowling, where he and Quavo were playing dice around 2:30 a.m. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Quavo was unharmed. 2 others were also shot and taken to a nearby hospital.
We are still in the process in the early stages of this investigation.
So, like I just heard right there from the detectives and from the newscasters, Quavo was not shot. He was not harmed. That's a good thing. That's a plus. But as you can see from my image slideshows, he was right there, you know, face to face, you know, when it happened. So, shout out to Quavo. You know, I know it was tough for him. It's nothing like seeing somebody that you love, somebody you related to, you know what I mean, dying right, you know, right before your eyes. So something that some people can't imagine because they never been through shit like that. I'm born and raised in Baltimore. I've seen things like that. I've been through things like that, so I understand. You know what I mean? But you know, hopefully everybody be respectful to Quavo in this time of mourning, and you know, while he dealing with his loss.
Trying to gather all the information we can.
Members of the hip-hop community waking up to the news Tuesday morning left in shock.
I'm having a difficult time wrapping my brain around someone so young and talented being murdered at 28. So, you know, my heart goes out to his family and his fans as well, because, I mean, people across the whole world and internet space are in mourning right now.
The group.
Yo, facts. Cause Takeoff was like low key one of the best Migos. Like everybody got their favorite Migos for whatever reason or the other, but you know, Takeoff just had that oomph to it. You know what I mean? A lot of people slept on him and was like he was like the last Migo, or he was like the one who, you know, like first people even like either, you know, Quavo or Offset was most people's favorites. You know what I mean? But the real street people, you know what I mean, who really listen to music, and a lot of other people, you know what I mean, favorite artist was Takeoff, because you know that he was talking that during the songs for real, you know what I mean? And actually when they all came out with solo albums, I liked the Quavo album first and foremost, but you know, second I liked the Takeoff album. It was really dope, you know what I mean? And it was more than what people expected it to be, you know what I mean? He really held his own, because you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought that he couldn't, you know, drop a solo album and really hold his own, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, he did. So shout out for that.
Group formed back in 2008 is known for mainstream hits such as Versace.
2008, let's get to that real quick. Man, I've been watching these guys since they was, you know, messing with Gucci, you know, going around and, you know, getting features and songs like Versace and YRN, you know what I mean? They really worked their way to the top, you know. They went through a lot of shit, you know what I mean, coming up, and you know, they really grinded from the bottom to the top, you know, the Migos music group. They really put their work in, you know what I mean, and you gotta respect them, you gotta love it.
Versace and Bad and Bougie, which hit #1 on the Billboard charts in 2016. Last month, Takeoff and Quavo released a new project as a duo, Unk and Few, and they released their latest music video, Messy, just yesterday.
Migos and Takeoff are platinum plus selling rappers, platinum plus selling artists, Grammy nominated, and their footprint in pop culture is all over the place.
Now, Houston police say security guards who were in the area heard shots ringing but did not see anything. No word on what led up to the shooting, and so far, no arrests have been made. In the newsroom, Zania Maldonado, CBS 2 News.
Zania, thank you.
So there was a news report, down in Houston, Texas about what happened. Police were dispatched to a call at a certain time last night, and they arrived to find, a young black man. They didn't know he was a rapper. That's just like another black man that was at a party. They got shot. They got killed. We just found out that it was Takeoff. After somebody, posted it online like Say Cheese and then like No Jumper and Academic, something like that. That's how we found out. But more importantly, it was a successful, young black man trying to come about, coming out and was out of this condition that we come from in the hood. Doing this thing. So yeah, man. My thoughts at the end of the day about it is, you gotta watch the people that you're around. You gotta watch the things that you do. You gotta watch, like, I know people that when you artists, you gotta go to certain places and show up. But if you don't have to be there, don't go there. They keep saying that being a rapper is the deadliest job in the world. It's not. There's a lot of other jobs that's just way more difficult and more life-threatening than being a rapper. It's about who you're around, the thing you choose to do, the place that you choose to be at, that causes it to be dangerous. You know what I mean? So you always have to take in mind what's worth it and what's not. Am I here to get this bag or not? You have to, add those things up and then come up with your answer at the end. You know what I mean? So, sadly, Takeoff lost his life at being at a bowling alley a little after 2 o'clock in the morning, shooting dice. Some people who were probably strapped up, unchecked, unsearched. It's just a sad story, you know what I mean? So, rest in peace to Takeoff. My condolences to him and his family, and hopefully, people choose to move better. Every time somebody die like PNB Rock, Pop Smoke, man, you rappers and not just rappers, like us black men in general, you should learn from those mistakes, and learn from those incidences, those incidents, and learn to move better. Look at him, young, 28, ain't even get to make it to C30. Cause somebody was mad about he shot a 4, he called he caught dice. I catch dice on the first and the third roll. Oh, you didn't hear me call this, you didn't hear me call that. That should be bullshit. I went through something like that while I was down the hill. On Miami Street. Just happened to be down there doing something else. Somebody was shooting dice, and I hopped on the dice, and I was hitting them. Boom, coming like $50, $60 something. You know what I mean? Just shooting dice, fucking around. But then when it was a lot of money in the pot, boom, he's like, oh, I caught those. I didn't hear you catch that. And there be those little incidences, that people want to stand for. Oh, yo, you ain't heard me caught. You heard me caught, man. It's just, in the day, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? Losing your life, shooting dice with people who not on your level. And it's not like to be arrogant or anything like that. But if you worth $1 million, why you gonna be fucking with somebody who worth a fucking million pennies? You know what I mean? It's something that's not worth it. You know what I mean? You gotta weigh it out. Rest in peace to Takeoff. My condolences to his family. I hope that this serves as a wake up call for people to start moving better, making better decisions, about the places that they at, the things that they doing, and the things that they doing around certain people. Pay attention. Stay sharp. It's another episode of Real TV, man. That's REEL, Real Talk. That's the only way to talk, stupid. Thank y'all for tuning in. Gone.